Beloved heart, I invite you to sign up to my mailing list, and as a result of signing up, you will get a free gift. It's a 5D rebalance tune up of all the chakras, and chakras are my specialty. So I would love to gift you with this transmission that is filled with light language and codes to help you stay balanced and tuned up during these increased frequencies of energy of this ascension, this new earth frequency. So check out the links in the notes of this show. And I look forward to connecting with you. I am sending you love. This is the transfiguration of the new you. Hello, beloved. I'm Monica Bermudez. Welcome back to another episode on my podcast called Ascended Earth, the Transfiguration of the New Human. So in this episode, I was inspired by this topic title, in light of recent events on the planet. Lately, there has been extreme polarity rising, and I feel that this will continue to grow through the coming year of 2025. And in the process of all this, it is a purging, a releasing, and a cleansing of what no longer serves us in the collective. And the more of us who step into our soul and heart and open up to our whole universe, the more we will shift this world. Systems that have been corrupted will be revealed and dismantled, and they will be dismantled in whatever way that is. It can be overwhelming at times. The recent Lionsgate Portal 888 was very intense cosmic codes to serve the trending of these ongoing changes. The intention of these episodes is to bring clarity on walking the middle path. Walking the middle path of shadow and light, this also sheds light on a different perspective. This is an extension to episode 62 on my podcast about balancing shadow and light. In chemistry, polarity is defined as a separation of electric charge leading to a molecule or its chemical groups having electric dipole moment with a negatively charged end and a positively charged end. And according to the dictionary, in general's definition means the state of having two opposite or contradictory tendencies, opinions, or aspects, the quality or condition inherent in a body that exhibits opposite properties or powers in opposite parts or directions, the condition of having poles. So why does polarity exist? Actually, it is meant to be the way. It is meant to be that way to help see different angles and perception. It is part of our spiritual evolution. And according to the Kybalion, Hermetic philosophy, or universal laws, which is ancient wisdom from the stars, even though the Kybalion is better known through the ancient Egyptian god Thoth that stems from the Emerald Tablets, Thoth was a galactic cosmic being who shared this wisdom from beyond our planet. In the Kybalion, there is a law called Principle of Polarity, which you've heard me discuss in previous episodes, but I want to elaborate other aspects of this. It says, everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degrees. Extremes in meet. All truths are but half truth. All paradoxes may be reconciled. And further, all manifested things have two sides, two aspects, two poles, a pair of opposites, with manifold degrees between two extremities. So, for example, according to this definition, hot and cold are identical in nature, just different in degrees. So, on a thermostat, the higher degree gets hotter, and as you go in the lower degrees, it gets colder. And just like light and darkness, darkness being the same as shadow, are poles of the same thing, with many degrees between them. And just like the musical scales moving on different scales of extremities. That is where the mystic or alchemist is able to walk the middle path of these extremities, knowing full well that they are the same, yet different degrees. And it is a matter of perception of all things. It's how we perceive our own reality. So, what is meant by walking the middle paths? Something that this whole episode's about. So now we're going to dig deeper into this. This is another way of saying embrace both sides, but don't attach to either one. Acknowledge that there are two sides to a coin, two sides to a shield, two sides to a story. I would say that walking the middle path is challenging because we can easily fall into either side, like who is right and who is wrong. Whereas nobody truly is, because everybody will have their own perception on the matter. And those matters in such topics related to religion, belief systems, politics, just to name a few. Lately, the top themes of the polarity extremities are religion and politics, which have been very triggering now on the planet. And it is coming up in extremities more so than ever. Ancient teachings say that there is no absolute truth in either one. Religion may have started with good intention and may have served its time at one point, but it has been corrupted just like any other system that exists now, like our financial system. So you can practice your own belief, but all I'm saying, don't follow blindly and not think for yourself. In other words, you can practice whatever you desire as long as you stay awake and follow your own heart path, remaining discerning and think for yourself, think outside the box, and not think because somebody else or a person told you it is so. If others want to remain in their own belief systems, then that is their own right and bubble of reality, and they choose to live in their world in their own dimension. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a matter of choice. And we're going through our own spiritual evolution. It doesn't mean that anybody's lesser or greater for being ascended or not ascended, for being awakened or not awakened. As such, everybody's going to have their own opinions and judgments. Doesn't mean we have to engage or be enraged in any of it. Can we agree to disagree? Can we harmonize in accepting this as humans? That is a choice. And the same applies to politics. In politics, it's all about which party you're a part of, which party is right, and which party is wrong. So let's stop for a second. The higher realms will say there is no right or wrong. The bottom line is that many of these things have been distractions, but also continue to keep us separated. And why is that? Many of us are waking up to realize that the systems are not working for the people and have not been for so long. And we need to start looking at things in a different angle and realize we are all humans. Even the politicians are humans. And like us, they also carry a divine spark in them. And like us, they are playing a role as part of their soul agreement. In Kabbalah, Tree of Life, which is formation of life in the universe, there are several paths depicted, including a middle path. I grew up studying mystical Kabbalah and the Tree of Life, and they still fascinate me because there's so much wisdom about the universe and us. It is a correlation to us in the universe, and or similar to the law of correspondence, which states as above, so below, and as below, so above. And I could probably talk about all of this for a long time, but I'll leave it for another time. The middle path is the most challenging because it is a path you can be tempted on staying on either side, staying in darkness or staying in light. Sometimes we want to stay in light and not deal with the darkness or the shadow. And sometimes We may find it easier to just stay in darkness because it seems that there is no hope and nothing seems to be working. Either way, the path will still lead to enlightenment and spiritual evolution. The middle path, or more direct path, is quantum accelerated because you're able to take from the shadow and light and make your alchemical formulas and steps along the way. Mixing the two together and coming up with your own potion, this is a true path for an alchemist. I find this path to be the path of mastery or light masters. Light masters does not mean it's always light. It's also recognizing and acknowledging the shadow and being able to alchemize it or shift from one state to another and not dwell there. The middle path is the second pillar in these three pillar columns. If you were to look at it as three pillars. Our bodies are a representation of the tree of life. And here's a part that is being channeled. And this is coming from the higher realms of sacred wisdom. Our major chakra systems serve as a middle path for spiritual mastery. Each one is a psychic center containing ancient wisdom and are meant to be harmonized and balanced. The more we shift into the higher frequencies, they start to also pulsate at a different, faster rate. They are receiving the greater light force, which appear to be fractals of that light and manifested in different rainbow colors. When harmonized and balanced, you are in direct contact to source of all that is. And you are connected now, but the connection is much stronger. Each one of the major chakras is a gateway or portal. In that middle path, it serves as an alchemical point to both shadow and light. So I know this is a lot to take in, but in essence, to summarize, we can say the middle path is the harmonizer, the balancer, the equilibrium, and neutrality. Walking the middle path of all this is being able to see the shadow of it and the light of it. And I would like to now provide 3 sacred steps for guidance to walk the middle path. And this is just guidance and based on my own experience. Number 1, be mindful and heartful. So this is bringing those mind and heart together and setting those intentions, of uniting these two together. Your heart is a guiding aspect to your soul, connecting to your intuition. Number 2, practice detachment. If feeling really attached to one side and it's making you really upset and enraged, then detach yourself from it. First of all, be aware of this and work at detaching from certain expectations and any outcomes. So really taking a step back for a moment to self-assess. The universe has a way of working itself out when we let go of the control of how things should be. And the last one is to really challenge your beliefs. And this is something that I've been doing. I still do, in myself, where these beliefs come from, or these thoughts. So have you grown up with certain belief systems or beliefs? Have you wondered their origins as to where they originated or what started that perception in that way of someone or something? Do these stem from childhood? Or do you feel that it's been passed down through generations? Have you heard your parents repeat it over and over again? That's so engraved in you. So that is the part that, as you challenge your belief system, also you start to open up your perception and start to look at things in a different angle. And this is part of our spiritual journey on here and experience on this planet, is learning how to still live with each other despite our diversity and despite having different opinions of one another or opinions of something else. So that is the essence of all this. walking that middle path. So I wish you well on the path ahead. So just remember to stay the course and happy next level of the ascension. I will catch you in another episode. Sending you all love. Bye for now.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to click like, save, and share with others so they can also experience what you just experienced. And stay tuned for some more high vibe episodes. And I'll be connecting with you in the next quantum field. Sending you so much love.